Hello, everyone, and welcome to session number 6 of the Wizarding World campaign. Believe it or not, this is the middle session of Act 1.
That's nuts to me.
I know. It's like after this one, it's all not downhill, but we're starting to reach the end of at least this particular act. So, and it's a pretty big act because the All Hallows Eve ball will be taking place during the session, and that'll be super exciting. Not super exciting is that unfortunately Brandon is not able to join us today, but I'm sure he will be here in spirit, and the show must go on, however. So, today we will do our warm-up really quickly. It's a very simple warm-up to get ourselves into the Halloween or All Hallows Eve mood. I know that in-game, the characters have a special costume contest that's supposed to be happening during the festivities. However, separate from that, let's say if there was no Zodiac games and your character was just dressing up for Halloween in general, without having to worry about a contest or anything, what would you believe your character would dress up as?
Roksana would probably dress up as Svetlana Proskovia and would impersonate her and would be like a total menace. That's what she would do.
That's an awesome idea. I like that idea, actually. She would not like that.
Guarantee she's done it before.
Oh, gosh.
Obviously, I think Albion would try to tie in plants in some way. So prior to this campaign, I kind of created a library of plants, and some of them I found from inspiration on the websites of other magical places. But there was this one I created or found called Burning Hannah, and it's this like very fiery looking plant. So I imagine he would like come up with some sort of costume or traditional Japanese robe style that kind of mimics this very fiery looking plant or something of that nature. He definitely would have plants related in his costume.
I had this random picture in my head when you said Burning Hannah, of Hannah Montana. And you know how in the intro she just spins around and she transforms from Miley to Hannah Montana. Yeah. So like I was thinking Burning Hannah, like Albion just spins around and then he turns into Burning
Get out of here, Katniss Everdeen. He's the real girl on fire.
Yeah.
Like when she spins, yeah, that would be awesome.
I thought that's what I pictured. Anyway.
Oh God, I can't think of anything.
You're going to dress up as a taco tortilla. You'll dress up as a taco tortilla.
No, it's actually the best thing in the world.
No, it's not. I think we'll go with a mariachi. Like a dead mariachi.
A dead mariachi? Like a zombie mariachi?
Or a skeleton, I think, more appropriate. Like Coco.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, like Coco. I can see that. That's cool. Awesome. All right. So last episode, we know what ends up happening at school the next time you guys have classes. But before we get to that, we're going to do a bit of rewinding and doing a few other things that happened from the events of the celebration through the weekend, because all of the events actually take place on a Friday, so that all the students have the weekend to relax and, continue, allow the highs from the event to die down a little bit before you return back on Monday. So let us talk about what happens over the weekend. I believe that Roksana actually has something that she wants to propose to.
Roksana would look for the other two. I would assume that they would be in the common room, perhaps, or would I have to fish around to go find you guys? I would say probably early morning. Maybe she finds you guys at breakfast or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Juan would probably go to just meet his brothers and chat a little bit, so he will be in the morning.
Yeah, let's say that Skylar, you're having breakfast with Skylar, and Carlos, I think, is having breakfast with this other girl at this other table right now. I mean, there's a dance coming up, so
It's a ladies' man.
A young boy's growing up.
I think I'm not going to say he was completely antisocial. He probably would have come to breakfast, but he definitely would be careful to stay away from Asa at this point. So you'd either probably find him with Nico, Levi, or by himself, to be honest.
Do we want to say, for the sake of convenience, we plan to have breakfast together at Ilvermorny? Like, just so we're all together, or?
The four of you, that'll be very easy. Did you want to somehow send a request for the others to be there too? Or are you just starting with the four?
Actually, just for the sake of time, request that like all the champions meet us there, whether or not any of them show up. I probably would have asked one of the other members to do it though, and not I probably would not do it myself.
In the interest of time, I'm going to say that at minimum, everyone else is curious about why they're being asked to come to Ilvermorny for breakfast. So I'll say that you may not all be sitting exactly together at the same table, but they're all in the room. You're all in the banquet room having breakfast with all the other students having breakfast. So
Roksana, running a bit late, bursts into the hall, out of breath. It comes running up towards the table, and she's like, okay, all right. So I have plan. Is everybody here? Do we have? And she looks around.
Everybody's in the room.
I was just curious. Why did you ask us to come?
Oh, I have a plan. Is good plan. Okay. So, and she kind of gets up on the table and cups her hands around her mouth, and she's like, okay, could everybody who's in the Zodiac games please come over to this table? I have something very important I'd like to talk to you all about. And she waves.
All the Ilvermorny students are intrigued by this, but the Zodiac champions, one by one, start to gather at the table. And I would say all of them are there, and they are very, very interested in what exactly this whole thing is about.
And she plunks down on the table, and she's like, good morning, everybody. So,
Roksana, you look like you're in a very chipper mood this morning.
I am, because I've finally done something remotely intelligent. Okay, so here's the thing.
Toby pipes up. Are we all doing a big giant Zodiac champion prank for the dance?
Oh, why didn't I think of that? Wait, no, getting off track. Okay, so I wanted to point out that a lot of you have shown kindness to Team Vampus throughout the Zodiac games, and I thought we were all, pretty pelly-welly for the most part. And I think the teachers have been noticing that. So I thought it would be a good idea to continue this during the costume competition. Okay, so hear me out here. What if, instead of all doing our own separate thing for the costumes, we all collaborate to do a huge shared costume exhibition? I don't know. But each person's costume is based on their zodiac. And it also doubles as the masquerade outfit. You know, I can get Natasha involved. She knows a lot about clothes. I know nothing about clothes. You'll just have to bear with her. She's a bit picky and really speaks her mind, brutally so. You just have to put up with it.
Ayuka looks quite enamored by this idea, and he says, That's a clever idea, Roksana.
I thought it was very interesting. And I want to point out, like, she's actually quite excited about this, and she's got, like, a little glowy freckle thing going on again.
So wait.
Whoa.
Nico says, so you're saying that if we do this, I don't have to go get a separate costume for the dance? It can just all be in one thing? Yeah, sign me up for that.
That's what I was thinking. Like, we don't have to go get changed unless it's for your performance. And I do want to stipulate that the performances, we will keep them separate, but it's just for the costume portion of this that we all work together. Maybe you girls could go shopping, you boys can do whatever it is you do, and I can, I don't know, send Natasha to get something for me because I really don't know how to dress.
Tritessa raises her hand.
Yes, you at the back.
She says, so if we're all doing the same group costume, does that mean that there isn't going to actually be a contest then if we're all doing the same thing?
Well, no, it's not that we're all doing the same thing. It's just we're helping each other. Going shopping for items, crafting the masquerade mask for it, and like I said, it would be reflective of your zodiac. So for me, for example, I'm Aries, so my mask would probably look like some sort of goat, I guess.
So what you're saying is that we are all doing the same theme.
Yes, we're all doing the same theme, but whoever is best dressed, they still win. It's just we're helping each other, and we all might get bonus points for helping each other, and that's never a bad thing, is it?
Chesa will say, so I don't know how the judges would deal with that, but maybe they would score us each individually and see which team got the highest score, is my guess, Chesa says.
Look, it's only suggestion. I just thought it was pretty cool.
Let's leave all that difficult stuff about scoring to the judges.
I mean, it does seem like they want us to work together. Look at the last event.
They like it when we do that, so.
Yeah, I'm up to that. Who else jumps into this idea?
Naila pipes up and says, I think that's a great idea.
Oh, excellent.
I think it's very creative. And she says, it'll be, like you said, on theme.
Yes, I love that. But first things first, I mean, unless anybody has any objections, I just think Natasha would have some input. It is literally the only thing she's good at. I gotta give her...
Finn repeats that. It literally is the only thing she's good at.
She is smart. It's just she doesn't act smart.
Well, I guess your sister is going to help us with that.
Yeah, I have to do one, good thing and accommodate some interest she has. I can't be a total asshole to her all the time, It gets exhausting.
Naila says, well, she did do a great job with our emblems on the back of our robes for the event, so
Exactly.
I think it's a good idea. I'm in, Nayla says.
Awesome. Just as long as you all are willing to put up with her. Any objections? What about you, Djokovic? How do you feel about this? And she starts laughing.
Finn just kind of sighs and says, I'll do it if the rest of the group does it.
Oh, excellent. Look at you, team spirit and everything. Oh, so heartwarming.
Yes, exactly. Team spirit, Nico says. As he pats, like, Finn on the back. I'm in. And Tritessa says, yeah, I guess I'm in, sure. And Chesa and Chance and everybody else eventually ends up agreeing.
Excellent. I am so happy this worked out because I really had no plan for a costume aside from this. So I didn't know what I was going to do.
Perfect then.
So are we also doing a prank then? Toby asks.
She like leans over and whispers, I'm working on that. I'll get back to you. I don't know if anyone would like go shopping or anything before what's gonna happen next, but
No,
probably...
I just want to get.
Yeah, right.
And I just want to say, Hark, it's incredible how you really make the differences between each character.
Yeah, like it's
Like now, Chesa, Toby, Chance, everyone. It's really, really cool.
It's very hard. You have 8 NPCs, and you're like, what would all 8 of those people say? Yeah, it's not easy.
It's like watching James McAvoy in Split. It's like you can tell who he's being.
Who is he being at this time? Okay, so Brandon, so the night of the second event, all of the events actually take place on a Friday. So the weekend, the next day is actually a Saturday night. So you probably would be hanging out with Chesa the next evening.
Okay.
Most likely. So are you going to talk Chogen into like basically being your chaperone?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. I don't think we necessarily have to role play that just to save some time, but we'll say that he kind of wants to go out and see a movie. That sounds like something fun to do, and I think Chesa's probably gonna talk to him ahead of time before the movie. So gotcha. I think realistically, you would meet in Ilvermorny.
Okay.
And then you would travel with Chogen to the Muggle border, and then drive to the nearest theater. Which I'm gonna say, especially on a Saturday, like you have plenty of time to do that.
Okay.
And we'll say that you're in a car right now, and I think Chesa is gonna like sigh and relax. You know, it's kind of nice being back in the Muggle world again.
Oh yeah, I miss it all the time. Like, it just sucks. I can't like call my father. You know, like it's tough. He doesn't have like anything like magical to talk to, and they don't allow telephones at the school.
Well, since you've left the premises, they allow telephones outside of the school, she says as she holds out her phone.
Why have I never thought of this? I've been wanting to contact my father for weeks now.
She says, do you want to talk to them now? As she holds out her phone.
It seems rude, but he really does want to speak to his dad really bad.
All right. She's offering it.
Okay, yeah, he'll do it, and he'll call and try to call Joe.
This is Joe Lionheart.
Hi, Joe Lionheart. Yeah, you have won 2 tickets exclusive to America to see your boy Levi win a Quidditch game.
Oh, Levi? Son? Hey, Hunter. Levi's on the phone. Okay, wait, are you at school?
No, actually, we got like this downtime stuff, and like, I'm on a date with a really pretty girl right now, but it's okay. We're being chaperoned by an adult.
He says, really? I'd like to speak to this adult then, if that's the case. If what you say is true. No, I'm just playing with you, Levi. I'm just messing with you.
Oh, Joe, you can't do that to me. You're gonna make me look like a chump in front of the lady.
Hunter says, wait, chaperone? Chaperone for what? It's nothing. Like, we're joking around. We're joking around. Well, I just have to say, Levi, thank you very much for calling me first, your favorite dad.
Hey, don't tell Hunter that. But I was just calling whoever picked up.
And he said, well, it's really good to hear from you. We normally don't get to hear from you until Christmas.
Yeah. We now that I'm outside of like campus and everything, I'm allowed to use like the cell phone, and she let me use it, so I got to call you. How's the school going? How's Thaddeus doing?
Thaddeus doing great. We actually have 4 students now.
4 of them? That's crazy.
Yeah, we're still trying to sort the 4th one that just came in earlier this week, but I'm sorry to say, she wasn't really like into cleaning your room.
It's all right. Thaddeus has it all sparkly clean every time I come down. Down here in like the Wizarding World, you're not gonna believe it. Like people are like actually talking about you in your school. Like they're all for it. They all think this is like the best idea.
Oh man, so you're saying people have seen the article? What do they think?
Oh man, they think like this is like totally cool, and they're like, man, I'm glad like more non-magical people are starting to learn magic and stuff.
That's great. I mean, the more people that, know about it, the better. I mean, I have to say, it was a bit of a legal nightmare for Hunter, but it's experimental, and he was able to pull some strings and prove that this is all legal, and for educational purposes, they're at least making this one exception just to see how it goes, and so far, like I said, 4 students isn't bad.
4, yeah, and like when people hear more about it, you're gonna get like swamped with it. You're gonna have like thousands. You're gonna be like competing against like Hogwarts and stuff in like Quidditch matches.
Yeah, totally. That would be amazing. Tell your friends. Tell your friends to tell their friends.
Definitely, I definitely will. Oh, speaking of Quidditch, I wasn't kidding. We actually played Quidditch, and your boy was the seeker, and I caught it. I got it, Joe. I won. We won.
He says, yeah, I actually think I read something about that. Your dad was showing me about the Zodiac game things.
Yeah, my phone's probably been dead for like months. They don't let me nowhere near it. I keep trying to sneak in there and get it, Joe, but they have that thing on lockdown.
You can hear finally Hunter's voice say, do you mind if I have a word with Levi? Yes, sure. All right, your other dad wants to talk to you.
Perfect. Hey,
Levi,
Dad.
son.
Hey, Dad.
Congratulations. I saw you on the paper the other day, and I've been meaning to send you an owl, but I apologize. It's been really busy at work. I'll try to be more diligent about that in the future.
It's okay, Dad. It must be. We've been to like 5 different schools in the past like 4 days, and it's got to be pretty hard to keep up with where we're going.
I can see that. I heard that you're going out with a friend tonight.
Oh yeah. It's a friend from the competition. She's she's real nice.
Ooh, really? Which one?
Chesa. Did you know who Chesa is?
Oh, yes. She's that the golden robe girl.
Oh yeah. You've heard of her? She's not like a serial killer or anything. He looks over his house.
No, he said he's looking at I'm looking at the paper right now. She's very cute. She seems very studious and serious. Are you sure you're going out with that one?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty shocked myself. I was just trying to see if she wanted to hang out. She wanted to be a date.
All right. Well, son, you behave yourself, all right?
Will do.
You make sure you treat her right.
Will do.
I will not have a lion heart be known for treating a woman incorrectly.
I would never do that, sir.
I mean, look what happened to me. That's how I ended up with your dad.
Did you just make a joke?
Your other father's starting to rub off on me.
Joe do that to you.
All right, son. Well, it's good to hear from you. We'll try to send an owl every now and then.
That'd be real nice.
All right, son. Have a good night.
All right, thanks. Bye. And then like he hangs up, and he's got a huge smile because like I said, like he's been dying to talk to his dads forever. And he'll hand her the phone and be like, "Thanks. I really really do appreciate that a lot."
And she says, "No problem. I can imagine what it must be like being so cut off for that long."
Yeah, it's pretty rough, especially since like I've only been around Joe like my entire life.
Your dads seem very nice.
They are. Like, have you read the articles about like the school in London, the Muggle school?
I don't think so. Which school in London are you talking about, other than Hogwarts?
My father, he's like doing like this kind of like homeschool thing, for like Muggle-borns and like Muggle-borns and squibs and stuff like that. Like people who aren't very like good with magic and like, yeah, he's just like doing his own school thing. My father like had it all set up. He's like a lawyer and stuff.
Wow, a school specifically for squibs?
Yeah.
That's really interesting. I have to admit I never even thought about such an idea. But it's a really interesting idea.
Yeah, I think it's super cool. Like, I think the more we, incorporate people who aren't so into the magical world, it could be better for us.
Part of me feels a little bit embarrassed that we never seem to have thought about doing that sooner.
I know. Like, when I first heard my father talk about it, I was like, oh, that's kind of, like, I didn't say it, but I was like, that's a crazy thought. But, like, he's just a good guy, and he's going to, like, show them all the right stuff. And, he taught me everything I know, so, like, he's got to be pretty good.
Well, I hope that it goes well.
Yeah, me too.
And it would be really nice to meet your parents in person at some point.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they'd love to meet you.
I mean, hopefully I can fool them into thinking I'm not a serial killer as well.
I was just kidding, but like, it was just a joke. This is like a joke, like a family joke. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a thing we just say to each other.
She's pats you on the shoulder. You keep believing that, then. She says with a grin.
Yeah.
But as I was saying before, it really is nice being back in the Muggle world again after, you end up in wizarding school for so long, and it almost feels like you have to be two completely different people on both sides. Have you ever felt that way?
All the time. Like it's a little bit different for me though, because I'm not like as good of a student as you. So like people don't really have expectations for me. So like when I speak to other wizards and stuff, I bring up Muggle stuff all the time. But I bet it's probably pretty hard for you.
Well, I mean, you kind of have to remember who you're talking to and the things you are allowed to say and not allowed to say around certain people. And then when you're in wizarding school, you got to remember that half the things that you want to talk about, they have no clue what you're talking about.
Exactly. That's the way it blew my mind that you even knew what Star Wars was. I've been talking about it for weeks now. They still act like they don't know what it is.
Well, I mean, it's a completely different world to them. So people like us balancing between the two worlds is, tough. Almost feels like it'd be so much easier if you could somehow just merge the two together sometimes,
Exactly. I think that's perfect. I think that's why I love what my dad's doing. You could kind of, like, why can't, like, not even squibs, why can't just, like, normal muggles learn our stuff or about our stuff? I think the more they understand, they might not fear us as much.
Do you think so?
That's how I've always thought of it.
That's really progressive of you. The ministry's been pretty tight about that, especially after everything that happened with you-know-who.
Yeah, but, like, you can't let, like, one bad apple, like, that's not all of us. Most of us are actually pretty nice. You only get, like, one evil wizard every, 10,000 years or something? I don't know.
Well, she says it's a really complicated system, and fortunately I hope not to have to deal with it very much when we get older.
Yeah, that'd be really nice. But I did, I think I remember you saying you were, like, born to Muggle parents? So both of your parents are Muggle, or?
Oh, yes. They both are. My father is Chinese, and my mother is Filipino. I was actually raised in Manila for most of my childhood life, and visited China a couple times.
That's fantastic. Like when they found out about it, like how they react.
They were very confused for the longest time. I don't think that this is something that they were used to, and to be pretty honest, super overwhelmed, and it's really hard to talk about things to them because it just kind of just goes over their heads, much like Star Wars does to a lot of the other students.
Yeah, I can believe that. There's like some things that when I like talk to Joe, he doesn't understand, but he's starting to pick it up more now that he's learning himself to teach.
Must be really lucky for him to be able to, take a peek into our world. And it's nice, I guess, to have parents that seem to be so genuinely interested in it and not, trying to avoid it.
Oh yeah, is that what your parents do? They avoid it?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, they're very supportive of me going to school, but I can tell that they look at me and they feel that I'm growing more and more distant because I'm becoming this woman that they recognize, but they don't really fully understand and recognize, if that makes sense.
That does, yeah. I had a question about like your work ethic. It's like through the roof. You're like a gold robe and you're like only 16. Most people do it for like, I don't know, make their parents proud, but it seems like your parents wouldn't even know the difference if you were like a white robe or a gold robe. Is that just kind of for you? I guess for a lack of a better term, do you have like, you feel like you got to prove yourself a little more?
I think so. I mean, it's like a drug, You kind of feel a little bit of a high when you do well in school and you work hard and you actually achieve the things that you work so hard for. And yeah, so I guess I've always been that way, my work ethic. And I don't know, that's why when you were talking about, cutting class, like, again, no offense, Levi, it's just, I feel that you can still be a kid and have fun. Being a kid and having fun doesn't mean you have to break the rules, is all I'm saying.
I know, it just makes it a little more fun in my eyes.
And I think it can be for some people. It's just not how I operate.
And I respect that 100%.
She'll smile at that, and I think it's at this point that you guys will arrive at the movie theater, and Chogen, of course, has been politely he's probably been listening to this whole conversation, but he's not like interjecting. He's just letting you guys have your conversation. And Chogen will say, "We're here, you two. Do you guys want some popcorn?" It's been ages since I've had popcorn, Chesa said.
Yeah, it's been way too long. We need to get some popcorn.
With or without butter?
Extra butter? I was waiting to see what Chester says.
And a little bit extra salt. Sounds good, Shogun says as he chuckles, and you'll go in and start to watch the movie, start to watch Fight Club, or are you doing something else before the movie?
The only thing I was gonna do is I was gonna kind of like, I don't know, like see if like maybe she goes like the restroom or something, and then like ask Shogun like, hey, how am I doing? Am I doing okay?
He, Shogun says, "Do you feel like you're doing okay?"
I have no clue what I'm doing.
I think you are being very genuine, and I think that definitely has been helping you a lot.
Yeah, it's a little bit different when I I could talk to her about things I can't talk to with other people.
I really think that she likes you a lot, and I think that she respects you a lot. So just continue relaxing and don't feel like you have to impress her all the time. Just be you.
Thanks. I think that's actually really good advice. Thank you.
I mean, I'm just the school nurse. What do I know? He says.
Yeah, the school nurse, all the girls around are talking about. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying.
You never like notice there's like a high influx of like, I don't know, girl witches that like come in with like, oh, my ankle hurts, and then you check it and the ankle's fine.
He says, Well, yes. But then again, I also have a leprechaun that comes in that keeps saying that he's dying.
Yeah, well, my boy Chance, he's small, he gets hurt all the time. Like, he's telling the truth. These the other
Actually,
ones.
now that you mention it, Chance has been looking at me in a very strange and uncomfortable way.
Out of character, Levi would know, right? Like, it's not like that. Chance wouldn't hide that from Levi, right?
That Chance is bisexual?
Yeah.
I don't think he would hide that.
I don't think so either. So.
It's not something that he, like, talks about, because to him, it's not a big deal. So I don't think he's ever, like, come out to you. I think he's just been very... I think Chance is not the person who, like, expresses all the time, oh, that person's cute, or that person's attractive. He's a little bit more natural than that, so I think that very indirectly he'll mention that he can be interested in both. But yeah, never officially, like, came out to you. He's just kind of naturally just talks about it. Like, it's perfectly normal.
Got it. So yeah, then he'll say, my boy Chance is probably in there looking at you too. Just saying.
Well, considering how all of you are underage, I'm just gonna ignore all of that.
That'd probably be very good for your career.
So you go to movies, you watch this super romantic movie that is Fight Club.
Yes.
Super romantic movie. And it looks like Chess is very, very entertained by it. Is there anything that I should know that is happening while you're watching this movie, just out of curiosity? This is the real reason Clef is sticking around. He's like, okay, now we get to the good stuff.
I think, okay, so Levi would be doing that. I'm sure there's like that awkward moment where they both like reach in and their hands touch and kind of,
Be a good
shy
kid.
away a bit.
A good kid. Be a good kid. We don't want anything bad.
No, he's not gonna. He wouldn't be like that. He's way too nervous to be like that. But yeah, like those moments where like a little unintentional like arm touching, you accidentally bump a hand or two.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that Chesa, you probably will gather from Chesa that she also kind of is doing a little bit of the unintentional hand bumping. There never at any point is she gonna initiate like holding your hand. She's not gonna initiate it, but I think that you are pretty confident that she's sort of doing the whole, touchy, flirty kind of like thing as well. So
yeah, he's gonna be like, after like a second, he starts getting some confidence. Maybe like halfway through the movie at this point. After a few arm bumps and stuff, he's gonna be like, he's just gonna kind of think about what he told Juan. Like, all right, 10 seconds of bravery, great things can happen. And he'd be like, hey, Chesa, my hand's kind of cold. You mind like holding it and warming it up a bit?
She'll like look towards your direction, and she will give you a kind of a crooked smile, and then she'll say, if it'll help you, and then she'll take a hold of your hand.
All right, so yeah, he'll just hold her hand, and then he's just smiling from ear to ear at this point, just holding her hand until like the movie's over.
Aww. I'm gonna say that when the movie reaches like the climax, like the climactic end, and they get to like the twist, which I'm not gonna talk about, you're gonna feel some squeezes. You're gonna feel a few squeezes.
Nice, yeah.
Cute.
And he'll match it and probably look over and just look back at the movie, like kind of like do that thing where it's like, is she like really here with me? And then looking back at the movie.
Then the movie's over, credits roll and everything, and I think as soon as the credits are rolling, like Chess gonna turn and start like asking you, so what did you think, and what did you think of that part? And she definitely seems to be the kind of person who likes to like analyze a movie like afterwards, and like talking about the acting of this scene and the acting of that scene. Would you be like the kind of person as well?
Oh yeah, he'd be right back with her. Like, I know, and then it was crazy that happened, and then oh man, that makeup effect was so cool, and this and this.
And the big twist, I have to say, like, I had some suspicions that something was going on, but it wasn't quite that at the end. Like, it wasn't quite what I thought at the end.
Yeah, I had no clue. It blew my mind. I'm gonna have to rewatch it again and see if they left any like foreshadowing in there. I didn't pick it up at all.
She says, uh, I do enjoy analyzing movies, so maybe we can watch this again. Possibly when it's out on video at Blockbuster or something.
Oh yeah, we could definitely go to either your place or my place and watch it, or school or wherever.
She says, that's great. Do you think if Nail and Juan ever go out on a movie like this, that they'll have just as much fun? She says.
You know, crazy idea. Maybe we should go with them, make it like a double date type situation, and we could all go have fun.
A double date. That would be really great. It would maybe you and Juan and Roksana and Albion?
I don't think Rox and Al be into it at all. I'm sure we could find them dates though, but yeah, they can all come.
Oh, do you think that they're interested in anyone?
I, to be honest, I don't know what Rox is interested in. I think she's in a whole nother planet with like couple stuff. I thought she liked Toby. I thought she liked Finn. None of that's true.
Really? You think that she likes Finn? They really don't like each other at all, it doesn't seem.
Yeah, I thought they were like exes. You know how hostility can happen between people that break up.
Well, I actually thought that Albion and Asa was going to be a cool couple. What do you think?
I mean, you tell he's like trying to dance because he won't tell. He will not tell to betray Al at all. But if he does, he's not quick enough to think of a way to like make it make sense. And she's a smart girl, so she could probably tell he's like dancing around something. He's like, they've just been like really cool friends along. She like has a thing for him. He doesn't. She doesn't even have a thing for him. Like they just. It's a weird like situation.
Well, maybe we can talk about it more sometime later, perhaps after the dance.
Yeah, I'm sure they would love to talk about it after the dance if you ask them, I think.
Cool. So you guys will make your way back to Elvermorny again so you can get back to your respective schools, and Chogen will wish you guys good night, and, says he hopes that you had a good time. And then when you guys are at the fireplaces to return back to your school, Chess is going to turn to you and says, thanks for hanging out tonight, Levi. I had a very good time.
Thank you. Like, I had a lot of fun. Like, it was, like, crazy how much fun this Wizarding World can be.
She smiles and says, you're very sweet. And she will lean in and kiss you on the cheek.
And his white skin is, like, beet red right now. He's so, like, he's like, first rule about this date is we don't talk about this date.
She laughs at that, and she says, it's a deal. We'll play it that way.
All right.
She'll give you, she'll take a hold of your hand one more time and give it a little bit of a squeeze, and then she'll wave as she goes into the fireplace.
Yeah, he just like, what just happened? What just happened? What's going on?
All right.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
He runs home to Chance and tells him everything.
And then, finally, unless Monday morning arrives, and we're going to start with Roksana. So you enter the school, and as I said from the last session, I'm just going to say, just for dramatic effect, like you haven't read the paper yet. So you have no idea why things feel so different in Koldovsterets, in the halls of Koldovsterets, because everyone's staring at you. Yeah. And not in a, hey, look, it's Roksana kind of staring. It's more like when their eyes meet at you, you sense fear, you sense anger, In some cases, you sense disdain.
Yep.
At minimum, a sense of, you know, like, what are you doing in front of me right now? Like, kind of thing. Like, you're not worth my time, kind of stuff. And I'm going to say for this moment, you still have no idea what's going on. So you haven't seen the article yet. So what do you... I'm going to say, right now you're by yourself. So, like, how do you react? What do you do? All that good stuff.
Frantically trying to find Toby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a... is there a search? Is there like a...
Spot.
An observe
spot?
or...
Observe. Go ahead. See if you can find him.
Okay. Uh-oh. He's too busy being popular.
Please that happens. I really want that to happen.
I know what you want to happen, and you are mean, but also I want that to happen too. 5.
You're not going to be able to find him. However, what you are going to find, though, is the article has pretty much spread like wildfire. So I'm going to say it's going to be pretty easy for you to either find it like lying on a bench or just end up seeing it from a group of people who read the article and then they like tossed it away. But you will see a big headline on the Wizarding, the Russian, whatever the Russian version of the Wizarding World newspaper is, saying that one of the most infamous follower of you-know-who was still at large, has finally been captured and has been sent straight to Azkaban for questioning and other things. And the interesting thing is when you see a lot of people who have been captured in Azkaban, and, you know, because they're holding up the numbers thing, and many of them, like even Sirius Black did this, was like really angry or whatever, were portrayed to be angry. I kind of was wondering if that actually was how they were behaving, or somehow they enchanted their moving picture to make it seem like they're more like notorious than they actually were. But Varfolomei seems to have a very calm, very calm look on his face, and it might be a little bit more eerie seeing that he doesn't seem to have any expression on his face when he's been captured. But the article just goes on and just talks about, you know, he allegedly killed, you know, numerous people during the Wizarding War, and just a lot of the crimes that many eyewitnesses claimed they saw him do, and how, you know, and there's a little blip about the Schvetz family. I don't think they actually like name his children or his wife specifically, but there's like a small blip about the Schvetz family, and that probably has triggered like a lot of things from the students. So you're getting a very big Mean Girls vibe right now from everyone.
It's her worst nightmare. Oh no.
It is.
I think at this point it would be easy for her to deduce this is why people are being so weird. So with that in mind, she's going to skip class. She's going to go back to the girls' dorms, but she will take a little detour to Natasha's room if she can, and like just leave a note on her bed saying that I saw the article, come speak with me when you have a moment, and leave that on her bed, and I'll go back to my room and just sit there and look a little freaked out at the very least.
Yeah. So you're not going to go to class at all that day?
No.
At some point, you probably will have to go to the girls' room at some point, I'm thinking. And when you go to the girls' room, you hear weeping in the girls' room.
Do I recognize it?
Sounds like Natasha.
I knock on the door of wherever the weeps are coming from.
Go away.
Natasha, it's me.
Roksana?
Yep.
Roxanne, I kind of want to be alone right now. I don't think that I'm very presentable right now.
That's okay. But I assume you've seen the article.
She doesn't respond, but she sobs a little bit, which probably means yes. I thought this was behind us. I thought that after we disowned him, this was all behind us, but it's just all coming back.
It was bound to happen. Has anyone given you a hard time today?
A hard time. She just sounds like she's starting to go little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs at the moment.
Yeah.
All my friends disowned me. They said they didn't want to have anything to do with me. It's like overnight, everything that I worked so hard for at this school has just come tumbling down, and it's all his fault. I hate him so much. He's ruined everything. He's ruined our lives, and for what?
I don't know. But look, I know I haven't always made your life easy, but I have your back. Do I need to beat anybody up?
She sobs a little more and says, "No."
Okay, that's good.
No. I'm actually not. I don't blame anyone, and I'm not angry at anyone here. I'm just angry at him.
Me too.
I just want everything back to normal, but it's not gonna be normal, is it?
Never
Everyone
again.
looks at us like criminals, like and I don't understand. He did so many terrible things, and I didn't do any of those things. Not that I've actually been perfect myself.
Well, we can't be perfect 100% of the time, but we can show them that we're different, that we are better than this. I don't know how many people have turned their back on us, but we're gonna get through it. Maybe it'll be better tomorrow.
I don't know, Roxy, this isn't just going to affect us at school. I'm graduating soon, and how is this going to affect me trying to find a job? Having his last name just carries a big weight, and I don't know how. It just feels like my life is over now, and everything that I had built to be successful just doesn't matter anymore.
Well, we can just try our best, I guess. I wish I had all the answers for you, but I don't. It's going to be hard, and you're going to have to work harder than you ever have in your life. But if you really try, I'm sure it'll be okay. Hopefully.
She finally opens the stall of the bathroom, and Natasha looks terrible.
Oh.
Like she does wear some makeup. I wouldn't say it's like over the top on a normal day, but
Yeah.
like definitely like the mascara is running, and there's like tissues all over the floor.
Oh no.
She looks a total mess right now.
And Roksana's like, oh, hold up, you got something on your face. And she'll wipe the mascara smears. There we go. Got it.
I wish we were still back at home, digging up nasty slugs.
Me too.
You really think this is gonna get better?
Honestly, I don't know. But a little bit of optimism can't hurt, right?
I guess.
I wonder if Mother knows.
Oh, I'm sure she knows. I'm sure she knows. And she's probably humiliated.
Oh.
I'll send her an owl, I guess. Just let her know that we know too, and things at school are great.
I hate to be that guy, but maybe we should, say that and lie, and she's just gonna have so much to worry about. I need to send Alec a letter.
That's true. He probably knows by now as well.
Yeah. Wow, what a mess. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. Thanks, Dad. Can I get a hug?
Sure. And she'll give her a big hug and squeeze her real tight.
She'll give her a big squeeze. Okay. I don't even know if I'm gonna go to the dance anymore, because it's just... everyone's just gonna be staring at me and either angry at me or pity me or... and I was looking so forward to it too.
Well, maybe you should still go. We can have a good time. I don't know. Terrible idea, but...
It's easier for you. You can change what you look like. I might have a harder time disguising myself.
Well, if shit is still hitting the fan, we can just I don't know. We can do our own thing, maybe. But don't give up. Maybe this is just a phase. You know what Cold Storets is like. People are always fighting and...
Just a phase, Roksana. This is high school. Things like this don't blow over very easily.
Well, at least Ilvermorny and Mohotokoro and Castle Brusho and Wagadu don't know about our dad, so it's just called Dostorets. So I think you should go to the dance.
I hope so. I'll think about it.
And not that he'd ever talk to you, but probably give Djokovic a wide berth today. Don't know what his reaction is going to be, honestly.
That's true.
All right, just lay low. Come get me if you need.
Okay. And she will go back into the stall again
Oh,
to be by herself still.
okay. And Roksana will leave her be and try and sneak back up to her room unnoticed.
Meanwhile, I'm going to say that Albion, you're having breakfast at Mahotokoro with Nico. Asa, you haven't seen Asa all weekend, and you still haven't seen her at all that day either. And Nico is looking at the paper while you're having breakfast, and he's like, "Hey, Al, look at this," he says. And he'll show you the article for the first time. Looks like they captured another. They captured another big time follower of you know who. And he points at the picture, and you can read the headline. And do you react in any way when you're reading the article?
I mean, do I see like names? Like, do I see
Yeah.
the Schvet's name? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I think as soon as I see that, I would probably skim read it and look and see if there's any allegations about the garden or my mother's name. I would assume not, but I would skim just to look if there's any of that.
I would say yeah. I would say that there would be a mention that some of the things that he was allegedly involved with was the death of some powerful Aurors, including Miwa Mermont. Yes.
And did Nico see that part as well? Or do I know?
I don't think he got to that part yet. I think
Okay.
he just kind of glanced at the headline and maybe skimmed through the first paragraph, but I don't think he got that
Okay.
deep into it.
So as Al's reading it, wow. He says, "Did you see this part?" And he'll kind of show him the part where the write-up about the garden and his mom. He'll show Nico, "Did you see this part?"
He looks at it. No,
You know who this
That-
Death Eater is, right?
I mean, there's a lot. To be quite honest, Al, I wasn't really keeping track with every single one that got put into Azkaban, but
He says, This is Roxy's dad."
no way. That's Roxy's dad? And
Yeah.
he says that pretty loud, and all of the like students around him like look in his direction, and Nico kind of starts out this. That was Roxy's dad who was coming to. I don't know. He sort of like
No.
shies down a little bit.
Al just
And-
shakes his head. "Can you not scream this?"
Says, "I'm sorry. I just didn't realize. I just didn't put the connection. It's early in the morning, man. I don't do very well in the mornings. You know me."
So listen. I kind of already knew about this. The night everyone came to my house, Roxy told me that this might have been the case. And then I went into my dad's study and found some files on her dad. But what worries me is the other day when my dad found us and I had a conversation with him after you left. He said something about pulling Roxy out of the games, and I don't know if that's fair. I mean, this is horrible. Don't get me wrong. Like, this is awful, and I don't even know how I still feel about it, but I don't think she did anything wrong.
Man. Can they do that? Can they just pull her out like that?
I mean, you know my dad. He's got a lot of power, and if he wants something done, it wouldn't put it past me. But I don't know. He may not even do it, but I wanted to talk to her. But then now with this, like this pretty much confirms it. I don't even know what that would look like.
Well, maybe it's not that bad. I mean, there's got to be a lot of Shvets out there. I mean, I don't know anything about Russian names or anything, but isn't Shvets like, I don't know, Smith is in America? There could be another Varfolomei Shvets that, different from Roxy's dad. Totally different.
He'll laugh. I like your optimism, but I'm pretty sure Roxy came out and told me herself that this might have happened, and then my dad confirmed it, and so I don't know. I think it'd be too coincidental.
Now I'm kind of glad that I didn't ask Roxy out to the dance, because dad might have cursed me all the way from Azkaban if he found out.
I don't know. Like, I don't even know how close she was to her father. Like, I don't know that much about her, but look at my dad. Like, I don't want to be in his shadow, so maybe Roxy feels the same way. Like, maybe I don't think she would condone any of this stuff her dad did.
Do you think that she's seen the article herself then?
I mean, if it's in the newspaper here, I can only imagine that the Russian newspapers have picked it up too, but I don't know. I don't know.
That's a bummer. You'll hear a voice from behind you say, "Nico-kun," and you'll turn around and Asa's going to be right there. She's not looking at Albion. She doesn't make any eye contact with Albion. She's just looking right at her brother, and she says, "Nico-kun, can we talk?" And Nico looks at Asa and says, "Oh, yeah, of course. I'll be back." Al, he says, and he will go follow Asa, and they'll go off. Juan, meanwhile, you're also having breakfast, and Naila is going to be very excited, and she's going to say, so what kind of suit are you going to be wearing? Because I want to make sure that we match for the dance.
Well, I haven't really thought of it. I'm gonna have to go ask my teammates. After all, I'll perhaps go with Roxana's sister. She said that she would help us. I'm not really good at dressing up.
Well, yeah, but I think you clean up very well.
Thank you. Someone appreciates my talents in here.
While you're having this conversation, you will actually overhear a few people next to you reading the article, and you'll hear one of them say, "Hey, isn't that the Schvetz girl's dad?" Says, "No way. Like, her dad's like a Death Eater? Not only that, but one of the most notorious Death Eaters that have killed a lot of Ministry of Magic officials." Huh. Well, I'll be.
When Juan hears this, he's gonna be like, hey, you, what are you talking about?"
Oh, one of them says, "This article here," and they'll hand you the newspaper, whatever, again, the equivalent in Wagadu, whatever the equivalent would be in that area, and you'll again see pretty much what the article is saying about Varfolomei Shvets.
I guess I'll recognize his face from back in the. I did saw him in the Quidditch tournament, right?
You did, yeah, you did.
So I recognize him. So I know for a fact it is Roxana's dad. When I look at it, I'm gonna stare at it and be like, "Oh, fuck."
He looks creepy, Naila says.
Yeah, he does. Juan is gonna stare at the newspaper for a bit. Then he's gonna go up and be like, I, I, I need to go to Coldostrovets.
Do you want me to come too? Naila
No,
asks.
no, don't worry. I have to talk with someone, and alone will be the best way to do it. I'll be back. Don't worry.
Okay.
Fuck. And he's gonna go.
You're gonna make your way to Goldovsterets? Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to take the Flu network easily and go to Goldovsterets. And what's happening? I'm gonna say that by the time you get there, this will be after the bathroom scene with Natasha. I'll say that for the benefit of time, in the interest of time, that Juan will probably presume that she might be in the Kovarat common room. So one of the Kovarat students, like younger boy, like pokes his head out from the entrance. Yeah.
Oh, hello. Do you happen to know if Roksana is in here?
Oh, the yeah. I think she's here. Why?
I I would want to talk to her. Do you know if I can come in?
We can send someone. We can send her out here. Just know that whatever she says is doesn't necessarily reflect what the rest of Kovarat thinks. He says.
Okay, I'll wait here. If he's gonna like put his he's gonna go near that and like I'm probably sure he took the newspaper with him, so while he waits, he's gonna start reading it well.
Yeah. Okay. You'll hear a knock on your door to your private quarters, Roksana.
Mm-hmm.
And before you even answer, you'll hear a voice say, "Shvets, the Gemini kid's over to see you."
She'll get up and like open the door and kind of like give a wary eye to this guy and continue walking. And then we'll go outside.
Yeah. You'll pass by a few students who are in the common area, and they just
Yeah.
pay no mind to you. They ignore you, and like maybe one of them meets your eyes, and as soon as they meet your eyes, they like look away. So
She just sighs and keeps walking.
The moment Juan sees her, he's gonna put the newspaper on a pocket of his robes, go over her, and give her a hug.
Oh, I hug him back. And she looks really surprised, and then she slowly returns the hug. You saw it, didn't you?
Are you okay? How are things going?
She like kind of pulls away then, and she's like, well, everyone hates me. So that's great. I should be happier about this. I really should, but
Come on, Roxana, you don't need to act tough all the time.
it is literally the only thing keeping me from having a mental breakdown right now. Have you spoken to Albion?
No, I came looking for you the moment I saw the article.
You didn't have to do that,
I mean, I had to. You're one of my best friends, and this is a pretty big truth bomb for everyone.
You're a good person, Juan. And I'm sorry I haven't been the best of friend to you.
Look, about, that. I'm sorry. I over exaggerated. I was feeling It just all of the pressure about the games and and, and and about you know what the I don't know. You know how I am about secrets, and I can't believe yours came out like this. I'm so sorry, Roxana. I'm so sorry for this. I'm so sorry for yelling at you for everything.
No, it's okay. It really is. It's okay. I'm sorry, and thank you. I owe you all an apology, actually. I've been so fixated on impressing all these people and the ones who truly had my back. I have been a complete ass too. So
Don't worry about it. Your real friends will have your back. I have your back.
I'm glad to hear that, because I'm just glad to know that I have true friends. As for the other, my siblings, I mean,
Yeah, how are they doing?
well, Natasha has no friends anymore. As for Alec, he would be absolutely distraught because he was the only one who really still cared about Dad, so it's rough. And I still haven't spoken to my mother, so she's probably freaking out and probably thinking we're all getting, beaten up on the playground. Alec's freaking out because he knows how unpredictable I can be, and Natasha has no friends. She doesn't want to go to the dance. The dance is coming up. I just invited all of the Zodiac champions to do all this stuff with us, and as she keeps ranting...
Roxana. He's gonna grab you by the arm. and be like,
As she keeps ranting, you actually start to notice her skin has like a weird green undertone to it. But it doesn't go any further than that. But it's just got this little green hue to it that you're like,
okay.
that's
I'm
weird.
gonna grab her by the arms and be like, Roxana, calm down. Okay?
I'm
Breathe.
calm.
Breathe. Calm down. Relax.
I don't know how to deal with this. Oh my god, this whole... I can't believe this is what I'm thinking about right now, but this whole costume plan is so out the window because there is no way Jakovic is going to work with me after today. Because he will just be reminded of all that shit. And then when he pulls out...
Calm down. It doesn't matter what the others do. If you stick
the plan.
If you stick with what you want to do, everything will be fine. Even if not everyone does it, if at least we do it, it's an idea. It's your idea. You have to relax. You can't keep focusing on all that stuff at the same time.
I was just I was actually looking forward to the dance. I've always been popular, but never had any, never had people who wanted to take me out or treat me to a dinner, and I had people who were interested, and none of them want to take me anymore, and now I just don't want to go. Now I just think when we get up on stage and do our thing that it's just going to blow up in our faces, and this whole competition is just going to be so much harder now. I don't know if you know, if a school from halfway across the world knows, then Albion knows, Levi knows. Everyone knows who I am now. who I really am now.
What did I told you last time we talked about this? Your father's sins are not yours. You're not your father. You're two completely separate persons. And the people that don't understand that can go fuck themselves. You are the important thing, okay? You're different from everyone else. And you need to focus on that, on yourself, and on your friends. We will have your back. I assure that. Albion already knew. You told him. Levi too. Nothing changed. And nothing is going to change just because everyone else does. We're gonna do our best together in the dance. We're gonna have a great time. Fuck everyone else.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I don't have any other words. I haven't even spoken to Toby yet.
Oh.
No, he won't. He'll be fine. Like he's not going to
Yeah, no. I know.
turn his back on me. But I just hope that nobody is giving him a hard time for being my friend. You know.
Yeah, I know. That's.